I never before considered the significance of Padre Pio's prophetic vision of 3 days of darkness. This prophecy points to a time of great upheaval that may come sooner than we expect, perhaps even this year. He emphasized the importance of spiritual preparation and vigilance in his message, which he delivered with a strong sense of urgency. He warned of an impending catastrophe and divine judgment that will catch the unprepared off guard, urging everyone to always be ready. Padre Pio instructed people to be prepared at all times because God's judgment will arrive suddenly, when least expected. Padre Pio advised, "Children, persevere in prayer so that the enemy does not overcome you." He also highlighted the importance of paying attention to natural indicators that precede this event, telling them to carefully watch the sun and the moon, as unusual or unsettling activity in these celestial bodies will signal the arrival of the days of transformation. "Watch the sky. The hour of change is approaching," he said, advising that if these signs appear in a strange or disturbing manner, it is a key indication. The central message of his prophecy is that these trials, though severe, can be mitigated through faith and collective spiritual effort. Unite in prayer and vigilance, and prepare for the times when the angel of destruction will pass, he urged. Pray that these days of tribulation are short. Stay united in prayer and watchfulness until the angel of destruction passes by your doors. So far, do you find this information interesting? If you think this information is useful, click like, and remember to subscribe for more reflective discussions. Your support allows us to provide more content like this. Let's contemplate the profound implications of Padre Pio's words. How can we understand these signs and prepare for such significant changes? This requires a thorough examination of practical and spiritual precautions that can protect us in these extraordinary times of adversity. In his profound and urgent messages, Padre Pio clearly expressed the dreadful consequences of humanity's spiritual decline. "I have given people a unique path and warned them repeatedly. However, evil has reached its zenith today, and punishment is inevitable," he said, seriously indicating the inevitability of these prophetic events. His voice reminded us of the presence and protection of divinity, serving both as a warning and divine comfort. "Dear ones, have faith, for I am among you. From the rising to the setting of the sun, my name will be blessed and exalted." In the face of impending chaos, he gave everyone hope by proclaiming, "My kingdom will be eternal," and called everyone to adopt an attitude of repentance and humility, saying, "Pray, be penitent, be humble." Comparing the frivolity of the allure of darkness, he painted a vivid picture of the current state of humanity, saying, "The measure of sin is full, and the day of vengeance, with its dreadful events, is closer than we can imagine." Padre Pio warned against complacency that has taken hold, with many living in a bubble of false security. He provided precise instructions on how to mitigate the effects of these heavenly punishments in the coming days. Keep your doors tightly closed, do not look outside, light a blessed candle that will last for several days. He stressed the importance of reading spiritual books, praying the rosary, and showing love, emphasizing the need to seek shelter in one's home while giving practical survival and safety tips. Do not leave your home. Stock up on food, as the elements of nature will be unleashed. Rain of fire will frighten people. Padre Pio also showed kindness toward all living beings, including animals, promising to give signs. "Be ready in advance so you can feed the animals. I will preserve the possessions of the chosen, including animals, as they will need food. Take care of animals, for I am the creator and caretaker of all creatures." His solemn promise of protection and forgiveness serves as the ultimate safeguard. "Cover your windows well. My chosen ones will not see my wrath. Believe in me." I will watch over you, though show mercy, for the hour of my coming is near. The prophecy predicts both divine mercy and wrath, with angels ready to judge the unbelievers and mockers. Revealing different levels of his prophecy, Padre Pio mentioned apocalyptic events that will confirm God's dominion over the universe. Storms of fire will fall from the sky, showing that God is the Lord of creation. This striking image of heavenly firestorms conveys both the power of divine wrath and the promise of protection for the devout. No evil will prevail over those who are in a state of grace or seek protection from my most holy Mother, Mary. If you believe that this deep dive into the prophecy has enhanced your understanding, subscribe to see more videos like this and show your support. Every donation helps us delve deeper and share these insights with you. Padre Pio assured us of the depth of his love and the necessity of purifying the earth. He summarized the dual nature of divine judgment with these words: destruction paired with renewal. The destruction will be immense, but the earth will be cleansed. I am with you. Have faith and think of eternity. Pray that your souls are ready to receive God's grace, as this is paramount. The moral decline of the world emphasizes the urgency of the divine timetable. As you've seen, the message presents a disturbing picture of the world's situation. According to Padre Pio, the world is heading towards greater evil, and divine retribution can no longer be delayed as it reaches its climax. He emphasized the importance of both spiritual and practical preparation for the difficult times ahead, assuring that the Creator and Protector of all creatures is among us. He urged us to stock up on food as the forces of nature will unleash their fury, and the rain of fire will terrify people. Padre Pio stressed the gravity of the situation, advising people to stay indoors during these times of adversity. The prophet forbids going outside, even to feed the animals, as those who do will not survive the catastrophe. As the message becomes increasingly grim, it describes extraordinary events, a world plunged into complete darkness. This prophecy then takes on a more ominous tone, foretelling days of total darkness. This extreme darkness serves as a metaphor for the moral and spiritual decline of the world, not just a lack of light. These days of darkness will last through the night, followed by another day and night of total darkness. For those who are ready to heed these warnings, this scenario serves both as a call for spiritual awakening and a grim assessment of the world's state. Padre Pio describes a world plunged into complete darkness, eerily similar to the despair that engulfed the Garden of Gethsemane. He encourages us to adopt the watchfulness and continuous prayer of the disciples during these dark times, assuring that those who remain steadfast in their faith and under the protection of the Holy Mother Mary will not be abandoned. He commands us to stay vigilant, as this time will test every aspect of faith, trust, and prayer. There is hope for light even in the darkness. Padre Pio predicts that the days of darkness will end with a dawn that brings a new era of peace and renewal. The world will be filled with peace, and those who persevered will feel immense gratitude as angels descend with light from heaven. During this period, Padre Pio notes that the world has accumulated a massive debt of sin and iniquity. He characterizes the upcoming event as divine forgiveness of these moral transgressions, portraying it in a context of spiritual and moral purification. In his reflections, Padre Pio expresses his deep concern over humanity's indifference to these prophetic warnings. He is astounded that such an event, which will undoubtedly have global repercussions, was not foreseen earlier. He suggests that this indifference stems from humanity's unwillingness to turn away from sin and embrace righteousness. Padre Pio emphasizes the fleeting nature of life and the fundamental importance of connecting with divine love, calling for a radical shift in perspective from the temporary to the eternal. He urges a change in focus from the temporal to the eternal, highlighting the importance of reflecting on one's spiritual state. Padre Pio underscores the significance of spiritual preparation, stating that it is the most crucial action anyone can take. Pray that your souls are ready to meet death in God's grace, he advises, encouraging everyone to seize the opportunity for meaningful transformation before the days of darkness arrive. His messages not only predict the coming darkness, but also call for a spiritual awakening. In Catholic eschatology, the prophecy of 3 days of darkness holds great significance, often compared to biblical stories such as the Egyptian plagues, particularly the darkness brought by Moses as described in the book of Exodus. This analogy places the prophecy within a long tradition of supernatural interventions, serving as warnings and means of retribution. Over the centuries, this prophecy has been associated with numerous saints and mystics. One of the most renowned prophets was Blessed Anna Maria Taigi, who foresaw a scenario where the earth would be engulfed in darkness for 3 days and 3 nights, followed by plagues that would claim many lives, especially among the faith's opponents. Blessed candles were believed not only to provide light, but also to serve as a symbol of divine protection, as the darkness would be so profound that no artificial light could penetrate it. Beyond specific stories, the prophecy has appeared in various historical accounts, visions, and messages, indicating a recurring theme of divine cleansing power and apocalyptic fire. These elements are particularly prominent in the prophecies of Mary Julie Jehini and the visions described by Blessed Elena Aiello. According to these accounts, fire acts as a purifying force that will cleanse the planet of sin and initiate both spiritual and material renewal. The idea of fire falling from the sky also appears in modern scientific speculations, especially in the context of potential nuclear conflict, which could bring an end to life on Earth. For example, the theory of a nuclear tornado suggests that a nuclear explosion could trigger a sequence of events leading to the ignition of the atmosphere and the onset of a catastrophic firestorm encompassing the entire planet. This scientific perspective offers a contemporary complement to the prophetic visions of fire. In his teachings, Padre Pio emphasizes the need for spiritual preparation, urging people to pray, confess their sins, and practice humility. His call to maintain a state of grace and seek protection under the care of the Blessed Virgin Mary aligns with the traditional understanding of mercy and divine shelter during disasters. This message underscores the necessity of preparing for divine judgment by living a life of faith, prayer, and righteousness. The profound spiritual introspection prompted by the prophecy of the 3 days of darkness encourages reflection on the broader implications of divine judgment. It compels people to consider how sin and salvation have always been cyclical in human history, and how divine intervention plays a crucial role in spiritual transformation and renewal. The way this prophecy shapes future expectations and references past events underscores this cyclical pattern, highlighting the eternal importance of moral integrity and spiritual vigilance. This prophecy transcends its historical and mystical roots, serving as a mirror reflecting the contemporary spiritual and existential dilemmas of society. Complementing studies on the 3 days of darkness, this prophecy, rich in symbolism related to moral failings and purification through darkness, forces people to confront their deepest fears and moral weaknesses. This leads to a period of collective reflection and moral plowing. Beyond being a metaphor for spiritual purification, the ominous images associated with this prophecy also act as a call to recognize and face the darker aspects of human nature and social structures. It urges us to reflect on our lives, decisions, and priorities, emphasizing the fleeting nature of material goals and the eternal significance of moral principles and spiritual values. The prophecy challenges us to rethink our relationship with God and the natural world, drawing attention to the negative effects of environmental and spiritual degradation. It asserts that serious deviations from natural law and spiritual principles can have catastrophic consequences. In this way, the prophecy serves as a warning and promotes harmonious coexistence with the planet and more mindful management of its resources. In short, the prophecy of the 3 days of darkness extends beyond its ancient roots to provide a significant analysis of the state of humanity. It is a powerful reminder of the need for spiritual renewal and changes in our behavior in social and environmental spheres. It encourages us to consider how our actions align with our core beliefs. Reflecting on this message, the 3 days of darkness are not just a forewarning of bad times, but also a poignant call to reconsider our spiritual commitments and prepare for what lies ahead. We can better understand the significance of this prophecy and the universal themes it encompasses through theological, historical, and speculative analysis. This supports a holistic approach to our spiritual and existential futures. If you found this video interesting, please give us a super thanks to support our channel by clicking like, subscribing, and sharing. Stay tuned for our next videos and other inspiring messages.